This episode is brought to you by Arlon Graphics, trusted for innovative high-performance cast vinyls. Check out their newest product, DPF V9500, a non-PVC polyurethane wall film built to tackle ultra-textured surfaces like a pro. More exciting new products to come soon from Arlon. Check them all out at Wensco.com.
I didn't even get any questions for this one. It was just like, we're just going to wing it?
Wing it.
Okay.
That's how we...
Oh, no, I typed out questions. I just didn't tell you any of them. Makes it better.
I like it.
They're all gotchas.
Yeah,
Nice.
they are.
All right.
They're all everyone. We only wrote gotcha questions now.
Okay. Well,
Nobody's ever going to come back on the podcast anymore, but should be fine, right? Are you good over there, Domingo? You're breathing awfully hard.
It's getting kind of warm.
Oh, you want to start?
Okay, let's start so Domingo can get out of that helmet.
From Grand Rapids, Michigan, it's the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast, starring Mike Hall, with his co-host Tyler Hall, and their sometime sidekick, Domingo Tobar. We invite you to join the show with today's relevant sign industry guest. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Mikey! Hey-o!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 87 of the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast. We have a 3-time returning guest, Tim Horvath. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. You brought a guest with you. Do you want to introduce him or?
Yeah, why not? This is Snowball. He's getting ready to make his appearance in Pensacola, Florida, at the Snowball Derby. Or also, you guys know him around here as Domingo. he just got out of the psych ward. I don't know what happened, but he showed up and had some fun. Snowball Derby is something that made me, and this was a fun prop I thought was cool. And then Domingo decided he was going to take it and wear it and have
don't
some
bump
fun
the
with
camera,
it.
though.
Yeah, don't bump the camera. We already got yelled at for that twice.
Snowball, huh?
There it is, right there.
Why do they do Snowball Derby in Florida? Shouldn't they do it in like Upper Peninsula?
Do they know what a snowball is?
Yeah,
No.
do they know what a snowball is?
No, it's funny. They have a makeshift snowball on the top of the Tom Dawson Trophy, but one of these days, I hope it snows before I go down. It's the first weekend of December. It's in Pensacola, Florida. It is freezing cold down there when the sun goes down. But hopefully one of these days it snows before the Snowball Derby, and I'm going to pack a cooler full of snow and have a snowball fight in the infield during the Snowball Derby.
That would be fun.
Super cool. It's an event that Tim Bryant and the Bryant family at Five Flags Speedway put together. If you win the Snowball Derby, if you're involved in the Snowball Derby, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Noah Gragson, the who's who in motorsports and NASCAR have won the Snowball Derby. And it's pretty much the road to the top. And the whole country's closed for racing. And then they all go down to the Snowball Derby. 10 years I've been doing it. I've been a sponsor of them. I have a lifetime sponsorship with them. And it's what's made HD5 what it is. Friends helping friends, go down there, the who's who in motorsports. It's the Daytona 500 of short track racing.
So when you went out there 10 years ago, how big was it then compared to now?
10 years, I remember my first time listening to the Snowball Derby. It was when streaming was first coming on. It was probably 15 years ago. Speed 51 did a thing, and it was when Eric Jones passed Kyle Busch on the outside, and I'm watching updates as they type them live, like how Twitter would be now.
Yeah.
But it was like for racers, right? And I remember seeing it. I'm like, I got to be a part of this. Well, then we started doing their windshield banners. I went down there for the very first time, and I showed up, and I was like, I was lost. Like I've never seen nothing. It's a half-mile track. It's high banked. They say it's paved with seashells because it eats tires alive. Like you have got to be a driver. There was cars everywhere. I couldn't believe it. Now that the purse has gone up, the quality of car has gone through the roof. The quality of team has gone through. It has gotten to the point where like it hasn't just grown as a popularity with streaming, where now you can watch it, Flow Racing broadcasts it. On top of that, it's like the quality of car that goes there. It's 75 of the best super late model teams, 95 of the best pro late model teams, and then they have different classes that come in, and it's like everybody goes to the Snowball Derby for one reason, and that's to go to Victory Lane at Five Flag Speedway, and it's all the racing world talks about. So when I first went there wasn't streaming, there wasn't. You were listening to it on the radio, or now. With streaming, it is a worldwide thing, and it is fantastic.
Well, I tell you what, when you talk about racing, because I grew up with Richard Petty as my driver back then. They didn't have cameras in the vehicles. They didn't have any of that stuff. You couldn't hear the crew. You couldn't hear nothing, right? You're just watching them go in circles. But now, today, man, they got cameras everywhere on the bumpers. You're hitting somebody. You're whatever. You almost like you feel it, like you're driving it. They make it like an experience, I guess you would say. That's why I find it fascinating. And then I get kind of jealous when I talk to you because you're always there. And I'm watching it on TV.
Oh man! Well, I tell you what, that's what we kind of wanted to. I was talking about is it's friends helping friends, right? Yeah. Like I have gained the traction from HD5 and motorsports and in racing because I started meeting friends, and then this friend would help this friend, and next thing you know, we would meet the next person, and you go through, and that's the luxury of being where I'm at in motorsports. Is I remember those days where you weren't there, you couldn't see it, and now that you can, now that new broad group of people coming in, it's just skyrocketing. Motorsports is just going through the roof right now, and it's. I'm just glad that I'm along for the ride and having fun as we go.
Well, they always say 1 till 10, 10 till 100, 100 on, and so on and so on. That's kind of how we grew as Wensco. I mean, we get good people that talk about us, and then they want to do business with us. I want to buy a printer from you, or, and then it's we talked about it. It's friendship, right? It's building relationships, making companies grow. How many times have we gone over his place because we had to use his equipment because we didn't have it?
A lot of times.
Or vice versa. He needed to go here.
Well, and it does that as well as the.
Like a rotating crew here. At the
what's going
on? It's Dave from Kendall Signs. We've talked about him before. He literally is like, "Oh, I'm catching up with HD5. I just got a rollover table that they just delivered to me." And but they come in, and we're working on a Roland right now. We're trying new things. We're stepping up the game, and we continue to do that. And that's the friendship that we've all built here. Wensco, HD5, the crews. But I mean, I was at Thor Sport the other day talking with those guys about where they get their vinyl from and trying to get them to convert over to Wensco. And it's that relationship. It's that one person telling the next person, helping the next person. What can we do to make you guys better, to make us better, to give us an opportunity to grow the brand and the business? And
well, it's always good to hear from somebody that will tell you how it is, right? I mean, you basically tell him how it is, and he basically tells us how it is. So
sometimes I wonder if you guys question giving me your personal numbers or not, because I'm like between Mike Brown with Avery Dennison, you guys all have, I think, Tyler, you said it best one time is Mike gets a phone call from Tim Horvath. He looks down, he's busy. Tyler goes, "I'm sure my phone's ringing next." And they'll go around the whole table till somebody answers me, So
if he doesn't leave a message, I just assume someone else down the chain must have got it solved for him. He called me, no message, no text message. I just assume everything's fine. Okay, someone else must have handled it because he didn't text me. If he didn't text me afterwards, I'd be like, all right, I'll have to worry about it later. So, but no, I agree. Yeah.
But that's what it takes, right? You got to hear the bad. If you don't hear the bad, we can't change. Right. We can't grow as a company or as a brand or as whatever you might want to grow as. If it was all positive all the time, then you would just stay stagnant. Yeah. So hearing these small little things or big things that we don't really want to hear, that's what makes us grow. That's what makes us friends. That's what makes us family. We tell it like it is and say it to each other's face.
We know where to go.
Often.
Yeah. I mean, when there's a company saying, hey, I want you to bring this demo in. I want you to bring this demo in. I'm like, no, it's not ready. No, I want you to bring it in. No, it's not ready. I said, okay, I'm going to bring it in, but it's going to Horvath, and we're going to find out exactly what's wrong with it, and we're going to tell you exactly what it is. And so if you're ready for that, then go ahead and send it to me, and then they have to find out the hard way. I was right. It wasn't ready.
Hey, I mean, I've been getting a lot of phone calls on that project right now, and it's been a fun one. But you need to know that. Yeah. You know, like, I have a really hard time with engineers. You know, they always, we have engineers. We have the best engineers. Well, your engineers don't use it like I use it. I use it every single day. And if you don't get good feedback from me, good, bad, or indifferent, like if you don't get that good quality feedback from me, your engineers they're worthless. And to have somebody who's in the field doing stuff, touching it, making it go different ways.
You got in trouble 3 times now about your microphone.
You gotta like
just stay next to it.
Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta be right.
Can I help me?
Yeah.
Okay. Act like I've been here before.
Yeah. You've only done it 3 times.
Wait, have you been at this one?
I have no.
He said he was all excited.
I'm uncomfortable. You know, I'm not in Mike's office getting yelled at. It's like I'm in this little closet. I have 4 of us now. It's kind of.
It has been funny, especially like with the open house.
On air?
When what?
Polish Prince?
Yep.
Who's the Polish Prince?
Who's the Polish Prince?
Aren't you the Polish Prince?
No, well, listen.
Come on now. Every time I run into you, even the Mexicans at the Polish halls, and I run into you.
This year, Thirsty Thursday was really rough on me because I had to fly out to Charlotte on Friday.
That's why I didn't see you Friday.
That's why you didn't see me Friday. Okay. So I ran into you at Berlin. Yes, every Pulaski
now
days.
It comes out.
Yes, I live at the Polish halls downtown. I only did Thirsty Thursday this year. Thank goodness.
Was it packed?
Oh, it was so much. Yes. Yeah. It's Pulaski Days opening
Friday
weekend.
was kind of a little mediocre, but
it was beautiful outside.
Oh yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, beautiful weekend. Like it's hard to get in the bar if it's a beautiful weekend. If it's cold outside, those Polacks are in the hall for sure. You know, but I can say that because my family is Polish. My mom's side, my grandpa and grandma, and
it's just funny, you know. You're drinking a beer there, or can I say beverage or beverage?
You can say
drinking
beer.
a beverage.
I'm
and all of a
drinking
sudden, I feel a hug coming on my back, and like, who the hell's hugging me? Hey,
isn't that what you just came from the hospital for too?
Yeah, just like that. Hey, everybody! I just got out of the hospital, and I said, Horvath's here. I got to make it. I got to do it. I got to be there.
What happened the other 2 episodes?
Listen, the hospital called us and said, "Hey, can you call him in for a podcast? He keeps getting back in line." Yeah. Not a lot of people get back in line for that procedure, but
pick me.
Hey, I'm awake now. Can I get back in line?
The drugs are wearing off.
I feel a little dizzy, but if I can't do a little twitch, don't worry about it.
You'll be fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just drink a little water. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have something to drink.
Hey, you got time? Because I was on vacation last week. Can I tell a couple stories from vacation?
Hold on. What I was saying is, we got really just fired right up into this podcast, which is the same as the previous 2 times. So bring that up. If you're listening to this, you're like, you know what? I want to hear more of this. You were on, I think I wrote down 51 and 36, episode 51 and episode 36. So you can go back. You can get like 3 hours of Horvath by the time we're done with this. So if you're really interested,
this is exactly how it goes every time he comes to the office, or we go there too.
Last time it was just out of control.
I actually just sent both of those episodes to my new PR girl, and I was like, hey, watch these, fill in, understand what's going on, because I'm pretty sure the 3rd one's going to be off the rails. I have no questions. I don't know where I'm going with it. I was just like, hey, be here at 1, and this is where I'm at.
Well, here's the problem is last time I was like, here's all the questions. And then we got done and I had done like one of the questions we talked about. I was like, well, that's a waste of my time. What am I going to write out a whole bunch of new questions for? I just copy and paste all the ones we didn't do before, which we're probably still not going to get to, but they're here if I need them, you know? So, but yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, you haven't been here 2 episods in a row.
Yeah. We kind of liked it. Actually. You know, our ratings went up.
I'm going to apologize for last week's episode. I did listen to it. And I wanted to say, it was Desmond and Yolanda, right?
Yep.
I don't know if everybody understands who they actually are, because I think if they didn't work here, we want to be open.
Correct.
Like they're the two that know the inner workings of this place more than me.
Yeah.
So there's certain people at this company, and I could probably list them without, but I probably miss somebody, so I ain't gonna list them all. But those are two that understand the inner workings of this company more than anything else. So yeah, the two they had on, they weren't super talkative. They're kind of.
They didn't really want to be on, nor did they know they were coming.
Yeah,
on.
I heard you guys just said, "Hey, come over here. We're gonna have a meeting. Sit down, put the headphones on them, and went."
Well,
that ain't nice.
Yo is I ran into her before at Crazy Days on Boyne Mountain. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that. I was just happened to run in. So I seem to run into a lot of Wensco people.
Yeah, drinking.
Why are you
drinking events?
At events where we normally have an adult beverage.
Is this bad for us or for you? That's what I can't decide on.
I'm not sure what it is, but
maybe we should go to therapy together.
Give me your therapist card. I'll take a look at it and see. But Yo was one of the very first people that was working the front counter when I first came in when we started this 18 years ago, and she helped me with a ton of stuff. Then Denise came behind her, and
Denise was very good for both those girls. It was kind of like their mom or their mentor.
Yep.
Like she was the one that was like just showed them how to work. I didn't really show them how to work, but showed them what it takes to be a professional in the office setting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So Denise is very good for them for that.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I still talk to them quite often, and I know my crew does. So they're fantastic.
I mean, they both know more than a lot of the sales reps know when it comes to just product and things that go on. And like I said,
I think I called you the other day and asked if Yo was out of the office, and I had to talk to you, and you're like, I guess I'll handle it then. And I'm like, all right, well, for X Edge.
Oh yeah.
That
was a whole ordeal. We like everyone that you needed to talk to wasn't here. You're just like looking around like, all right, I guess I'm just going to start making some phone calls until I figure this out.
I think it was the Friday before. What did we just have, Labor Day or whatever it was last month?
It was a holiday. Sure. Holiday weekend.
Yeah. I took a video. I started at Tristan's desk.
Everybody's out.
And I walked all the way down. There was nobody at the whole north wing of this entire place was empty. I walked down every office on this row was empty.
Appreciate you called the North Wing. It's going to give people a vision of how big this building is.
I mean, this is the world headquarters.
It was 14 steps.
Again, we are in a closet.
I was winded by the time I got there.
Didn't you just tell me you're going to build a gym in your basement?
I actually was in my scooter when I did that.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So,
you're going to build a gym. I think you should put a treadmill in there if you're winded.
I was winded.
Yeah, you need a stair stepper or something.
Yeah.
You need to get the ladder.
Okay, so that builds into the first story.
Okay.
So I was on a cruise last week with my granddaughter, Tristan and Brandy, her parents. Tristan, you've seen him. He's the one that looks Amish, my kid. I went on the slide. I think at one point I went on the slide like 20 times in a row. So you got to walk all the way up those stairs. Lady says to me, "You are such a good dad. You've went on that at least 20 times in a row." Looked at her. I said, "Grandpa." She goes, "Oh, even better." So
that's the most exhausting thing of all time. Is this
just up and down, like.
One of these days I'll be able to get to go on a cruise, but I'm kind of a business owner, so I don't get those luxuries yet. But
the greatest part about the cruise, the absolute greatest part, on Wednesday, somehow my mailbox, not my voicemail box, my email box filled up. I couldn't get another email after Wednesday.
Nice.
So I couldn't even check on work stuff.
Nice.
All I had was my phone. I'm like,
I didn't email you, not even once.
I appreciate that, Domingo.
I just kept sending him calendar invites. I was just booking out for next week.
Yeah, he was sending me calendar invites.
No emails, just calendar invites. So just like accept these at some point. I don't care when it is. I just need you to have them.
But the other, I got a couple more. Can I tell a couple more stories?
Ahead.
Oh, number one, I have to show this. So like, because if you're actually handicapped, which this is my actual handicap sticker. See,
I need to know what numbers to write on
it?
Mine when I got to.
We're not going to talk about
because
legs. We're going to talk about mentally.
Anyways,
that you're handicapped.
Well, yeah, at least you get the sticker. Hey,
still a winner.
Doesn't take. Still a winner. Listen, being handicapped gives you equal rights, not extra rights. So all these people that think I need to go first because I'm handicapped, I was ready to tip them over in their wheelchairs. Like, because every time they want to get in front of you, like, oh, I'm handicapped, I get in front of you. No, you don't. Wait in line with everybody else. So if you're handicapped, you have equal rights, not more rights. So stay in the back. You know who I'm talking about.
George.
Somebody just turned off the podcast.
George.
George, I'm talking to you. Some George is out there like, dude, what I do?
like
I know that guy.
what bothers me is they think they can get on they think they should automatically get on the elevator in front of you because, I'm gonna have to wait a second time. You're sitting down. You can wait a second time. I'm standing up. So yeah, I was frustrated with, when I travel, I get frustrated with handicapped people. Like we did have a miracle flight though. On the way from Orlando to Miami, like 11 handicapped people got pushed on, and out of those, 8 of them walked off. Something in that air between Orlando
I was going to say, why can't
and Miami cured 8 of the 11 people.
The humidity is good.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's Miami. As soon as you land there, those cocktails call your name. You jog to the bar.
Yeah.
You thought the humidity was good in Orlando. Fly another 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You're going South Beach right away.
She's not talking.
So that also works in Vegas too. They start hearing the cha-chings as soon as the plane lands. They just stand up, dude, just start walking off.
Yeah.
There's 7 cigarettes in their mouth before they get to the end.
Yeah, 11 people were cured, or 8 people out of 11 were cured.
It's good for them.
The other thing, we were in South Beach, Miami. If anyone's been there, they have the outdoor gym. You know, like the Gold's outdoor gym.
Yep.
Tristan and I are standing there. I said, Tristan, let's go. If you haven't seen these videos, go watch him. Anatoly on TikTok. He's a smaller guy that goes and lifts like he's strong. So anyways, I want to go Anatoly, this guy, because there's a guy there he's buff. He's got his shirt off. He's working in the outdoor gym. So Tristan and I go out there. We screw around a little bit. It's on weight. And I finally look at him. I said, hey, man, can I try that? Knowing he just did 2 plates each. Now he's going to do 3 plates each, which is, I was trying to do the kilograms, but it's like 315 on an incline. I'm like, can I try that? And he looked at me like, nah, go ahead. Got on it, repped it like 15 times, got up, smiled at him, started to walk away. He gets on it, can't move it. And the funnier part is, I think Tristan had said, I don't know if it was Tristan that said, but he's like, well, Anatoly dresses up like an old, out of shape guy. You already are. Like, yep, you're right. You're right. So that was pretty funny though, to see the look on that kid's face. Like, how do you do that? Old man.
But you survived. You made it back.
Yeah, you made it.
You didn't lose anybody.
Cruise is good.
I am so glad that I waited to have him back in the podcast studio.
Yeah, really.
You know, so I posted this picture of me and this dolphin, like I'm holding its fins. Nick Montroy, Keith Portillo, Grimco, and what's the IT guy's name? Like,
Jeff.
Jeff, that loser too. Posted like this is like laughing at me about that picture.
They got you.
They're all 3 of them are on the text like together, like it's the NESSD board like thing. They're like, come on guys, like I'm trying to be nice to you guys. So now I need pictures of them, which I got one of Nick, and I got maybe a couple more that I'll be sharing later.
Did you share that one of that dolphin mating with you?
That's the one they thought that's what it was.
Yeah, you shared that one in the text message I seen.
Yeah.
That was a secret one. No one they were making fun of you.
Yeah.
So the weird part is his name was Al Pastor. It's probably a guy.
It is funny. I don't think there's any rules down there for how they keep the dolphins.
So the last thing I wanted to say is I was simply born in the wrong country.
Yeah, you need to be in the no rules country.
Like these countries that don't have OSHA, I should have been born there. I absolutely should. I mean, I could do all this. Like when the one guy's down, he's got a rope on 2 boards, like a swing you'd have in your yard, and there's a guy up front holding the rope, and he's cleaning the windows like 3 stories up. Yeah, I can see how that would be efficient.
Yeah,
it's faster.
The funny part is he looked a lot like Domingo.
But younger.
I was yelling, Domingo!
He was trying to, who the hell? What the hell?
It's not Sunday.
That only works in Pulaski days.
That is true. It's almost like when you go there and he yells, hey, Domingo, how you doing? Everybody's,
who the hell's Domingo?
oh, it's Domingo.
No, they didn't have to look around. They knew who he was talking about. They just looked
And
over
then
at you.
and then I look at it, I said, Tabarsky, man.
Domingo Tabarsky?
It still works. So the first question I had on here is just the same question from last time. I feel like this is a good transition to it. So last time we asked you what your pet peeves are. Do you have any new pet peeves? And since
Oh, yeah.
in the 30 weeks since we last talked to you?
Oh, any new pet peeve? Yeah, I got new pet peeves all the time.
Yeah, the workers called.
No, not. You know what,
Tyler?
I hate when people touch my boom mic and move my mic up into my mouth. So it's one of my pet peeves.
That's a new one, though.
Yeah.
You just got that. You just found out today.
Yeah. No, as a matter of fact, new pet peeve, like big time. We're talking friends helping friends. What it means in this industry to help each other. We touched a little bit about it of going with each other instead of against each other in this industry, because the industry is so saturated with everybody, right? A lot of us in the industry talk about it being a race to the bottom. How many people like, oh, I can do it cheaper, or I can do it. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you do it cheaper. We just had a client come to us, had us quote a job. They took it somewhere else, showed up on our doorstep one day after having their vehicle wrapped. It was popping already after 24 hours. And they're like, whatever you do, don't call Horvath and tell him about this, because he's going to tell me he should have just done it right the first time. And so one of our things, like we've been noticing, is like customers who come in and like will get a price from us, and you're paying for our knowledge. We were driving down the road the other day, and we designed, quoted fleet graphics. Come across a vehicle that we designed, wrapped by another company. Yeah, you want to talk about a pet peeve? We did everything we could to find out what company wrapped that, because in this industry, if that's what you're doing, taking other people's designs and reprinting them and putting it out there, I'm going to find out what company it is, and I'm going to blackball you so bad. Like in this industry, like that is the ultimate disrespect, right? Taking somebody else's work and then going out there and doing it. I don't care if the customer asked for it. There's a code, unspoken rule, right? Biggest pet peeve right now, just eating me alive. If I just want to make a phone call and just be like, hey, here you guys go. This is what you get. You know, like somebody else did the work. Somebody else. I mean, we get it in the racing industry big time. Okay. Nobody's going to be able to. There's no copyrights, there's no nothing. But when you bring it to a fleet graphic level, a business on business, you're talking about taking somebody else's work and reproducing it, and you're making a profit on it. Your company will go out so fast in this industry, it's stupid. You know, you'll get the benefit for a couple months, but once people get a hold of that type of information, I think that's an unspoken thing that nobody really talks about in this industry of like.
Well, we have it on our end. I mean, right now we deal with a certain company that calls our customers and says, what are you paying for this? I will sell it to you for this. And it's just, it irritates. We have good customers, and then we have customers that they want the bottom down to the bottom line. But I like the customer that says, get the out of here. I don't need this.
Well, you have a product. We are creative. So this is our style, our look, our feel, right? So we can pick our stuff out of a crowd, where you guys have a product. The difference between a Wensco and what I've found in other companies that are out there is the amount of knowledge. I can call you guys and get knowledge of what I need to complete a task or complete a job. You have to have that. Like that is what's important to you guys. So if you had another company calling you, asking you what glue to use or what adhesive to use or whatever, and they're taking that information and selling it to their customer, that would be what I'm talking about here.
Well, we get that. Happened. We get that. We get that. We're like, hey, what vinyl should I use? And we like, okay, what are you doing? How are you applying it? What are you applying it to? Okay, use this. And then you don't get the order and you find out, oh, well, they called the next company with that part number. And like, oh, well, they were $7 cheaper. I'm like, wait till they call again.
$7. What are we talking about?
We talk. I
Here
like
we
when
go.
you said it was $7 because that's what it comes like when you're like,
Big-
okay, yes, it is $7, correct. However, like if you look at that over what you're gonna give to your customer, like that's nothing.
Did you walk in here with a huge wooden spoon and be like, we're
Yeah.
just going to stir this up with Horvath today?
I've only asked one question, which is ironic though, because my other questions relate to what we already talked about. So it's like I knew we were going in the first place.
But I have lost a t-shirt job. Okay. 1,000 t-shirts. I came in at $7.10 a t-shirt. We went with the other company at $7.
Jesus.
Like, excuse me. Like, what are we talking about? And you're talking $7. You're talking pennies on the dollar in the grand scheme of things to help out family-owned companies compared to big business. Like, name one graphics company that's really big business that's out there. Most of them are family-owned companies. Why aren't we all working together for the better good of all of us? Like without all of us coming together, we're going to be taken over by the big guys and left out in the dust.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but I just want to take a minute to talk about Nakusa, the name behind our tape. Our tape's the #1 application tape out there, but they are more than just tape now. Nakusa has a full range of products out there. Their new one is called NextBond. This is a UV cured adhesive. Why does that matter? It's an eco-friendly and durable option, but comparable to most of the eco-friendly options, this is a cost-effective product. So if you're looking for an eco-friendly product or a durable product or just in general a good vinyl, NextBond is going to be the one for you. This is available at Wensco.com as well as all of their other products. So check it out at Wensco or reach out if you have any questions. Oh, and don't forget to use your Nakusa bucks. Have you heard about Metamark? Metamark is a company that sells premium graphic solutions for commercial and fleet signage. So whether that's walls or it's vehicles or it's tables or doors, we loved it so much we put it all over the podcast studio. So you can check it out on our videos or at Wensco.com. So what I think is interesting when you say that is like, so had RapsCon in August, right? So we have all these big shops that come out and compete in this contest, right? The ones that were left in the last day, right? So at least the last 3 teams, but even the probably 3, 4, 5 that were below them, all 8 of those shops know each other like very, very well.
Yep.
Like know where they're at, business names, they know everything, right? They've known these people for a super long time. And I was just thinking as we were there, I was like, the funny part is like the bigger you get in this industry, like the more and more connected you get.
Yep.
And we have people that are in like the bottom or maybe like in the middle trying to get big that are like isolating themselves, right? Where they're like, I'm not sending them business. Like, I don't want to do anything, right? I don't want to print for you. I don't want to send you business. I don't want to do your installs. You do you, I'll do my stuff. And then they'll just stay there, right? And then 20 years from now, they're going to be the same size they were when we started. And I've seen some of these other guys that are just, they'll do anything, right? They'll do your installs, they'll do the print, they'll do whatever you need them to do, right? And wherever, right? They can be, 7 states away from you, and you'd be like, yeah, well, if you need it, just let me know. We'll be out there doing it. And they will scale so fast because they will get every referral from anybody where I can't do it, right? Where think about like you during like race season, right? Where it's these other jobs come in and you're like, dude, there's a limited capacity here, right?
Right.
Like if someone comes in and they're like, hey, I need 75 vans wrapped next week. And you're like, it's race season. Can you do it in September? And I'd be like, no. I'd be like, okay, well, we're going to figure something out here.
Yep.
Like that business has to go somewhere, right? And you're only going to give it to somebody who's like, one is going to do it right. That's a whole thing on its own. But 2 is like someone who you can trust to not like try and take that business from you in the future, right?
That's it.
And a lot of times if the trust goes away, like nobody's going to send you anything moving forward, which is, you may not realize is a big pull towards your business, but it's way bigger than most people think it is.
And that's huge, right? That's what we're talking about here. You're sitting there. We just designed this truck for a company, and then they go somewhere else, and that company has a layout of that truck done by us. They do. It is to its
it's got your logo on it.
Yeah, it's got our branding. It's got everything, right? And it's like, you think I would ever even talk to that company, even give them the time of day to do anything? We had a company just opened, sign shop, just opened right down the road from us on 3 Mile. Went over, introduced myself, talked to them. They had already said that Wensco's been by and said, hey, do you know Horvath down the road from you? We're already doing work together. They're specializing in signs. We got a sign job. Here you go. We are already making connections and building that trust and that level, but you have to have it, right? There's a respect factor there in this industry that we need to really push and shove out there, because there is a guy that's out in his garage getting started. I was that guy at one time, but you don't stay that guy and just be like, well, I do this as a hobby and I'm just making a little extra money or whatever it might be. This is a serious business. This graphics industry, the sign industry, the stickers, if I call a sticker, they're like, it's a graphic, it's not a sticker. No, I have a badass sticker book and it's pretty impressive, okay? And like, they're just giant stickers. That's what we play with every single day. But like, if you're not helping each other and respecting each other in this industry, you'll be spit out so fast. It's unbelievable. And that's it. I've battled that. I've gotten to that level where I'm like, do I trust giving information to somebody who wouldn't give me information? Like, I have got to have that trust. And I got a couple of kids in the racing industry that call me, and they call me religiously. And one, the other day I had a little thing, and he was like, oh, I got a top secret project. And I'm like, well, I'm Horvath. You can tell me about your top secret project. Like, I'm not going, I'm pretty sure all the stuff I'm working on is way more top secret than yours. Cool. Like, I'm good with it. But I still, and I was honest with him, and I said, hey man, I'm just trying to help you. So if you're not going to be honest with me, I'm not going to be honest with you anymore. And instantly he's like, thank you, Horvath, for talking to me like that, because that is what this industry needs. This industry needs people to communicate together for the better good of all of us, instead of going, well, I bought a $20 roll and I'm going to sell it for $25, and good luck, Tim. You're going to try keeping up. And it's like, well, okay, you're going to try keeping up, because there's going to be a day where you come to me and say, hey, can I have a job?
Yeah.
That's the same people, I think, that like they hear on the news, hey, gas is going up 10 cents tomorrow. They get in their car and then go fill it up. Oh, I got to go top it off. So they get in their car, they drive to the gas station, they put extra 10 gallons and they come home. Great. I'm glad you saved $1 for tomorrow. You just cost yourself 20 minutes and you saved $1.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, do the math.
Yeah, 100%.
But I did want to say, and this is for someone specifically, you got to be pretty weird to collect stickers if you're not in our industry.
Well, I was just going to say that, but from a distribution, how many times have we given the customer a different vendor to go through?
Yeah.
At shows.
Yeah.
Because we have a trust there.
Yeah.
We
even on our side, you're saying, another distributor. Yeah.
Exactly.
Another distributor.
Yeah.
We will send them to them, because, I mean, when we had all these people that we were coming up to us, where can I get it in Miami? We're like, there's only one place. You know, it's just like,
we got to talk about Print United.
That was a good segue.
Oh, that was a good segment.
There you go.
So Print United is this week. If you're listening on Monday, Print United starts on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Our good friends at Economy have a booth, 40 by 50, 17 machines in there. Go see Nelson. Rick's going to put up a picture. Listen, don't ask this dude for directions. We were in Miami for the cruise. He picked us up, and I may be leaving out some facts. Maybe leaving out some facts.
Allegedly.
But brought me to the wrong hotel.
Oh.
It might not have been his fault, but since we're on don't ask him for directions. They did bring us to a restaurant, though, that nobody in the restaurant spoke English.
That's how you knew you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
They had to go find menus that were written in English for us. And they looked brand new.
Was there pictures on the menu? Because
there was pictures.
You don't really need it.
We actually, so Tristan and I are like, hey, just order for us. They probably talked for 15 minutes. Like, how much food did you guys order?
Twinkle's laughing because he knows how accurate it is.
I'm like, how much food did you guys order? Like, it was. Oh. And then we ended up with, I'm not sure what Tristan had. I had oxtail.
Oh, nice.
It's really good. It was really good. But yeah, so they just even laughed when they saw white people walk in.
It was like
and she's talking to us in Spanish. We're like, we don't speak Spanish. The second part of that is I sat next to a couple on the plane, and I put my the new AirPods in, and clicked it on Spanish. I could understand everything they were saying.
Nice. That's a win.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like a 3-4 second delay, so it's kind of weird because they're already laughing, and I haven't heard the whole thing yet.
It's like reading the subtitles.
They're talking about me.
It's like laughing as you're reading the subtitles on the show. You're laughing way ahead of the joke because you already read it. But they say it. That's the worst. That's pretty sweet, though. But anyways, yeah, Print United is this week, so if you're there.
Yeah, go
have some
see
people
Print
there.
United.
Yeah, go see Nelson.
Go see Nelson and Economy Sign Supply in their booth. Buy something from them. Unless you're in our area, then buy from us. But
Tell them the podcast sent you.
Yep.
Make sure you tell them, because
they did say they hear from customers and other vendors and stuff about our podcast all the time.
Because we keep bringing them up.
Because we
Now
keep
you're gonna hear about it again.
Yeah.
So
Nelson, don't ask directions. Actually, everybody go see Nelson. Give him a big hug and say, thanks for getting Mike lost in Miami.
yeah.
The next time, leave
So thanks for taking care of them. Yeah.
What did you say? Next time, leave me there?
No, did I say that?
Okay. Segue.
That was in my head.
Anyways,
Microphones, they pick up everything.
so we were talking about sometimes you feel like you have customers that come in and they're just like looking for a price, right? It doesn't seem like they're real serious about it. How do you deal with people that are just, it seems like they're just price shopping? And has that changed from like kind of how you started to how you do it now?
Well, yeah, with the price shopping stuff's difficult, right? You know, everybody wants to know, and there's certain people searching for certain things that, you know, we had MC numbers the other day. Okay. Guy calls up and he goes, hey, I need some MC numbers. I need them by 2:00 today. I'm going to the Coast Guard to get my boat registered so I can go charter boat fishing. And I'm like, okay, is it possible to do them? I said, yep. Printers are full right now. I was like, but we can squeeze you in. It's going to be quick and easy, aerial, one color. I'm not designing anything for your boat. It's just, we're going with numbers. And he goes, okay, and you can have them done by then. And I go, yep. And he goes, how much? I go, well, HD stands for $100. So every job that comes into our shop, it's $100. Doesn't matter. Like when you're calling and it's a little job and it's like, you make it worth my time. So I told him, I said $100. He goes, $100? Are you crazy? I called 3 other shops and all 3 of them were way cheaper than you. I go, okay, why are you calling me then? He goes, because they can't get them done in time. I go, well, it doesn't sound like that's a me problem. So like you get those phone calls of like, oh, we're price shopping but there's, what do they say? Those 3 things. You can have quality, you can have speed, you can have cheap.
Service.
Yeah.
Service.
You can only have 2 of them.
Speed and quality.
Yeah.
Or service. Yeah. No, service, price, and quality.
Yes. And you can choose 2 of the 3.
Yep.
Right.
And it's like, so we started the price shoppers, like people in the racing industry, especially will get a guy who, hey, how much for this race car? And it varies, right? We're talking, are we printing? Are we overlaying? Do we have neons, chromes? What are we doing here? Is it a full wrap? Is it a partial wrap? Like, we're going to need more information. No, we just want a generic price. I'm like, well, a generic price is between $1,200 and $1,500. Oh, for a 4-cylinder? And I'm like, hey, listen, there's plenty of things that go into this. So I can't help you until you help me. And it really weeds out the price shoppers because they really don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So whenever you start getting into details of like what you need to give them a true price, most of the price shoppers will go away. And we started doing that lately at the shop, and it's been great because you're weeding out the people that are just going to waste your time.
Right.
Because in this industry, you know, you quote something and you can quote it cheap real quick. So if you don't cover every single base on any project, all of a sudden you're $1,000 in the hole because you didn't.
Yeah.
They changed it up that fast, and it's, oh, I wanted this and I didn't want this, and boom, the price changes. So I always try to tell them, like, if you're willing to give me your time and put some time in and effort into this project, then I'm willing to give you some time and give you an estimate. If not, I'm going to give you a generic price, and it's going to be way higher than anybody in the city, I promise you.
So are you using any tools, or how are you making sure that when you quote a job, you make money at the end of
you're
it?
covering a failure or anything like the printer jam, or I mean, are you making that in?
I'll answer for you.
That doesn't happen.
No.
What he does is he gets on the Meyer ad, checks, okay, Was a Busch Light.
Busch
Lights
sir.
on sale for $23.99. The guy comes in. He's like, okay, it's going to cost me $17 plus $23.99. Okay, it is going to be $454.73. I got to hit the store.
It's one of the line items on
Please
there. Yeah.
pay cash on the way out.
Coolers packed in the back.
It's actually how many beers it'll take me. Each one of those has a price. Yeah. So I know, like, if
It's a 4 or 6 beer order.
that's like the real life.
It's like a 6-hour install. You're doing the math. You're like, man, this is really at 2 installs. Jeez, I got double them too.
I made 2 cases of beer. And when we did the Real American Beer for Hulk Hogan, they were delivering us cases of beer as we wrapped.
Oh,
so we even gave them a discount. It was pretty nice. No, and
that's all it takes for a discount. I just have to deliver the beer during the install.
they were delivering it by the cases. Just
Panel 3 was a little crooked.
Looks fine to me.
Hold on. Yeah, look good.
55 miles an hour looks great.
Yeah, you'll be fine when we pull it out of the shop. But no, in all honesty, that's the $1 million question, right? Every single person on this podcast is going to be, their ears are perked up right now going, hold on, how do you quote? How do you quote faster? How do you price faster? Invoicing, I'm working on it, guys. So like invoice faster. I've been building for 18 years. I've been building a spreadsheet that I'm just on the brink of knocking out of the park, being able to go in, click your material, knowing what the cut cost is, knowing that we're going to have some mistakes. I tell everybody, our goal at HD5 is do it right the first time, every time. Everybody in the studio, everybody listening understands that there is no way possible to print, laminate, install graphics right the first time, every time. It doesn't happen. There's a head strike. There's a wrinkle in the vinyl. There's some mishap in the vinyl that was there that you didn't see. Mm-hmm. A piece of dust. The list goes on and on, right? So I always say, minimizing those mistakes constantly helps us when it comes to pricing and doing, because now we're not throwing stuff away. Right. We all know the waste that's in this industry. It is crazy to think about.
We like it.
Yeah, I know it's good for you guys, bad for us. But I built a whole program to be able to tell what type of vinyl, what type of laminate. We have different ways of weeding and app taping, and it's all a click of a button. And so all of our stuff, and I always tell everybody who's quoting, I'm like, always add a little bit more, because just because you said that this is going to be 350 square foot, add 375. Because the 350 is what it would do if we did it right the first time. Yeah. The 375 is you're going to have a little bit. And if we do it right the first time, then we give that back to the customer. And that's, we try to quote it and be above what we're supposed to be so that we can bring it back down and then help out the customer, because they're prepared for a $2,000 job. And then when you come back and it's $1,750, they're like, oh man, you took care of us. And it's like, well, we're honest with what square foot we use. We're honest with how much time we use. We don't do it because we did overlays on something. We do it because that's how much material and time it took us.
So last episode, you talked about these installers that are coming in and they don't care if they get it right the first time, right? Because they're never going to see the car again, right? Like you hired them, they come in, they do the install. If it goes wrong, they're like, it's not my problem. Are you factoring in any of like there's a chance we may have to come back and fix something at some point, right? Something peels, could totally be. I mean, like when I was at your shop with the guy with the carbon fiber and he's like, yeah, this is wrong. And we're both just looking at each other like, dude, I don't know what this guy's even looking at. But, and you're like, okay, I'll make it right. Like I got to do what I got to do, right? Are you calculating any of that in like, hey, I'm adding 5% because at some point, every 20 jobs, I'm going to have to fix something. Are you doing anything like that at all?
Well, first off, we use only the highest quality of materials at HD5.
We talked about that last time too.
Yeah, we make sure. One of the number one things of reasons why vehicles come back is, first off, not taking care of your wrap properly. Every single person here has seen a wrap that somebody neglected, and
I got one on each car.
That's because because material's free.
Yeah, a little different.
And you install this.
I go through the car wash every day, no matter what.
Okay, so
Rain or shine.
So you're going to go through the car wash, right? And me as a wrap shop owner, I'm going to say, go through a car wash that is touchless so that you're not I'm sure yours are getting hit by those banana peels constantly.
Oh, yeah.
But when I wrap mine, I do too, because I want to see what it looks like when I come out the other side, because I'm always studying it. For me, I'm trying to always tell people, like, I will never downsell, like, oh, we'll cut a corner here for this to come back.
Yeah.
We're dealing with window perf right now.
Yep.
My guys asked me the other day, said, when are we going to stop replacing this window perf? And I go, when we get it right. And it is one of those things that it was right before COVID. Just after COVID, it was right. And for some odd reason, we can't get this stuff to stick to an edge of a window. And we've tried multiple brands. I don't know what's going on with it. So we've eliminated that and started going with edge tape on the edges and doing stuff. And we haven't had any issues, knock on wood. So we're always learning of why we have those problems. I always tell every single person, when you start to see a problem, get that to me as soon as possible, because you have a better chance of me fixing it than us having to replace it.
Yeah.
So anytime that we get somebody new or hasn't worked with us, we always try to educate them so that we minimize those mistakes before they become problems.
Yeah.
Because you can fix a mistake, you can't fix a really big problem.
Yeah.
And so factoring some of that stuff in is not something that's on our radar, because we try to eliminate it before it comes full circle.
Yeah. Judy, if you're listening on audio, Domingo just cracked open a Coors Light on here. So
Two best sounds. What?
I can only
best sounds.
hope that someone on audio is going to believe me now
click.
later.
The mountains are blue.
Fishing guys would know this, is that there's three sounds. One, opening the can. Two, taking a sip. The third one,
Domingo.
I'm
He's
experienced.
something else. I don't know. He's on
still
drugs.
loopy. He's still
I'm
loopy a
telling
little
you, I'm
bit.
a little dizzy. Who are you again?
Snowball.
How long have I been here?
Where am I, by the way?
I think that was super good. Just kind of going over all of that. I think you're in all the Facebook groups too. Like the thing we see the most, right, is like, how much does this cost? How much should I charge? How much are you guys charging? All of that stuff. And I've seen more lately of people going in there and just being like, dude, we can't tell you that. Like, there's no way we can tell you what your circumstances are and what you need to charge, right? Like, you need to know if you're going to make money, right? Like, if I tell you, hey, that job's here, it's $1,300, right? And then you do it for $1,300, and you look at your bank at the end and you lost $250. You're like,
yes.
Well, how's that going to work? It doesn't matter how many jobs you take at $1,300, you're going to be losing money the whole time. So
well,
if you don't know what your costs are, there's no way to
You
know.
gotta know what your costs are.
Well, that's a huge thing that I've been battling lately is we're no longer competing with the area. So as HD5, I'm not competing against anybody in the Grand Rapids, Greater Grand Rapids, Lansing, Chicago even. I go all the way over there. I don't believe that any wrap shop that's in those areas is competition to me. Just because nowadays we compete with the world. Like, everybody's like, well, they just Googled price of wraps and they seen somebody in Canada doing it, or, so I always tell people, like, the battle for us nowadays with the World Wide Web is you're not selling to just your area. Like, when my dad owned a roofing company growing up, he was only battling the guys within 500 miles of here. Now we're battling guys that are 3,500 miles from here. And, you have to explain to your customer, like, hey, just because you've seen that on the internet does not mean that that's what it cost for me. Yeah. Like, if you're doing a vinyl wrap job out of your basement, you're not competing with HD5. I promise you that. Like, we have 5 printers go in. We have rollover tables. We have embroidery, screen printing. We have everything there. We have electricity. We have a building to pay for. We have CNCs, the trophies.
Yeah, you got a lot.
Like, when you get into all of that stuff, it's like the quality of our stuff skyrockets, but the cost of it skyrockets as well. Or you know what? Sometimes it doesn't though, because we become more efficient and we can level out our pricing and help out the guys, you know? So being able to communicate with the industry and not the Facebook groups should be meant for educational purposes.
Yeah.
Not as a Bible to this is the pricing.
Here's how you do it.
Did you see the one it said call Mike at Wensco?
No.
And I wrote right underneath it, no, call the 1-800 number. Mike at Wensco's busy.
No, I didn't see that, but that's funny.
They call Mike at Wensco.
Sounds
I'm like, no, call 1-800. I put our 800 number on there. And not
that,
Mike, he's busy.
That is huge right now in our industry, is because my phone rings at the office when I'm there. And everybody's like, well, I called you. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm running the CNC machine or the printer, or I'm out back rapping with Chase, whatever it might be. I'm out doing it. And if you need something, just talk to the office. They're going to be able to help you in an efficient manner. Otherwise, you're going to call me. I don't know. My phone's exploded over here since I sat down. I just see it light up, and I'm like, by the time I get done, I get back on the road. I'm driving down the road. I try not to answer text messages, and then I forget about it. So like, call the office. Don't call Mike. Call the group, and if all things start on fire, then talk to Mike. Yeah. Don't talk to Mike till everything's on fire.
When I call you and they do a good job of trying to like answer my question, they're like, well, who is this and what's it pertaining? Tell him it's Tim's boss at Wensco and get on the phone. And she's like, okay.
My problem is anytime I'm calling Tim, it's not because I need something, it's because he needs something. And they're like, hello, who's calling? Like, this is Todd from Wensco. Tim just called me. I have no idea why I'm calling. I'm just calling back. I don't know what I'm going to get into. I'm just calling you back. So
most of the time it's because I've broke something or
I need an ink.
I
need an ink.
Don't get me started on ink right now. I'm on back order for magenta. I'm back order.
We don't stock it anymore.
Magenta.
No. Yeah, we don't stock it.
It's too hard to buy ink anymore. It's just getting too expensive. We can't afford it.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when we started this conversation about a project I've been working on?
Listen, just put a yellow in there. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Just Sharpie MG. When it goes in and the chip tells you this doesn't work, just say, no, it's fine.
It's
keep
fine.
on going.
Oh, unscrew the last chip, put that chip back on.
And then throw the yellow in there.
Yeah.
It'll say it's expired, though.
All right. Can't wait for new heads in that machine.
It shouldn't clog. It's just going to look a little funny once you print. That's really all the problem is going to be. Guys, before we leave today, I just wanted to ask you one quick question, and that is, what is a pirate's favorite application tape? R tape. R tape is the #1 application tape in the United States, and it comes with an RLA, which is a released liner adhesion, meaning it's going to stick to the liner. Even on cut graphics, if you roll it, it's not going to tunnel, wrinkle, or curl, or anything like that. So if you're looking for the best application tape for cut graphics out there, R tape RLA is for you, and you can get it at Wensco.com. So the other thing I wanted to say, when you're talking about you're competing more with the world than you are with locally now, what I've noticed, at least lately from you, and maybe it's just me seeing it now, maybe you've been doing it for a while, but I think like you've picked up the stuff you're posting on social media as well. And I think I'm going to say what you do well is like, it's also a compliment to ourselves in the same way, because I think some of your videos come off like very like who you are, like as a company, right? Which I think is what we do, right? Where it's, we definitely don't take ourselves too serious. I mean, hence the podcast name, right? But,
right. And
you do the same thing in your content, right? Where it's like, hey, look, we're real good at what we do, right? We can wrap a car as good as anyone out there, but also like, we don't take ourselves that serious, right? Like if you're going to call us, like this is who we are as people. If that vibes with you, sweet, let's do business. If it doesn't, there's probably someone else. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Yep. What impact do you think social media has had on your business, at least in the last few years?
Well, I tell you, obviously, I'm dressed in the Carson Hocevar shirt that I wore when I got arrested by the Walker PD in our Super Troopers skit the other day. I'm sure you guys all saw that one. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my videographer, Ali, first off. I got a handful of social media guys that are really, really good. Ali, I met through Hulk Hogan. So a lot of our stuff that you've seen at our big events are done by Ali. He was the Hulk Hogan's personal videographer. We flew him into town to come and do some stuff. Him and I had some creative ideas. He had never worked in the motorsports industry, and we flew him up here. I actually called him, and he was at Hulk's funeral. And he's like, Horvath, what are you doing? I'm at the funeral. And I'm like, do you have a job? He's like, no, my boss just passed away, man. I'm like, I'm going to give you an airplane ticket. You're getting on a plane. You're flying to Grand Rapids. Come stay with me for 2 weeks. And so we flew him up here from Tampa, Florida. And one of his big things to me was like, what do you want out of this? And I said, I want it to be positive. Me as a human being, I want to be this positive human being. And I don't want to overshadow some of the negative that's out there in the world. And so like him and I just clicked on all cylinders instantly when we started talking about this. We started going through all these things, and it was like taking that social media to the next level. We were involved where we had a driver that couldn't make an event. And I had an option to make it a negative thing and get millions of views, or a positive thing and get hundreds of thousands of views. I chose the positive route because those negatives, everybody wants to click on that stuff, and every single person, but the views, when you start clicking on that negative stuff, are not the views that any one of us, not one of those people that are liking that kind of stuff, are people we want to do business with. You guys are. We may give each other a little bit of crap. We may do something or joke with each other and are hard on each other. But there is not a group of guys that I know sitting at this table right now that if something was wrong, or if I was in a bad position, I could make one phone call to any of you guys and you guys would be there in a heartbeat, and you guys would have wisdom and positive light. And we've all been talking about it lately, right? We've all been going through some hard things, and all of us have been there to give each other words of advice or make each other laugh or smile. And I think that's us, you guys included. Like our look on life is to make it, my impact, I feel, being a positive person will last forever, compared to being the negative person that sooner or later you just get sick of it and you just delete it. So that social media aspect of bringing like Ali in, one of his things, I'm probably gonna get in trouble here, but one of his things was like, he's seen me and by myself having a good time. And he goes, well, what do you want? Do you want this like rated R? What do you want? And I go, PG-13 gets one. And like real life said it right to him. And I go, hey, Ali, how many times did we use the beeper? And he goes, dude, as soon as the camera turns on, you change instantly and you become the businessman that like.
Can you FaceTime me next time you call me then? I can record it, then I don't have to hear all the
yelling. Just for the record, I'm recording this.
And I know I'm getting my beep in here because I had to get my one beep out of the way. But in real life, like the positivity, what we can bring to social media, I think will help us in the long run. And that's what you guys do. You have no problem laughing at yourselves. I mean, I wore some pretty sweet overalls over at my shop that came from this shop, and you guys know when I'll poke fun at myself, I'll poke fun at you guys, and we'll have fun. And I think that's what social media, that's what the good social media people are starting to do, is be better at doing a positive light and an educational light as well. I love your guys' 2 Minute Tuesdays, or, that I don't need 5 hours. I need clip, just clip notes.
Little TikToks.
Yeah, little, but educational.
Yep.
Yeah. And in those 2 minutes, I learn a little bit. I learn enough that if I want to start looking it up and want to start putting my time into it, then I go further into it, So I think that's the importance of social media.
Yeah.
And it continues to build us.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I mean, you talked about like being a positive impact. I think goes back to what we talked about at the beginning, right? Where like, that there's certain people that you can call when you need them most. And that's basically what we try and do with with our companies as well, right? Like as human beings as well as the companies, right? Is like, is it worth paying a little more knowing that I have an insurance policy? Meaning like if I need something at like the drop of a hat, I know that somebody will do that, right? Because I've built that relationship to the point where I can do it. I mean, I had someone texting me on Sunday that was like, hey, I need ink. Like I hate asking Q on Sunday, but like, is there any way we can do it? And we're like,
who was it? Was it Extreme Graphics here in town?
Pick it up at 2:00 is what we told him. And he showed up here at 1:30 waiting for us to walk in the building. So
yeah, I was here like that, but I didn't see him.
Oh yeah, he was here. Yeah,
he must came just after, because that was when Tater picked us up.
But
said he was here at 1:30. So
that is the difference between you guys and other companies that are out there. I'm sorry, I've been that guy. I don't know how many times I've come in turning on lights and just, I mean, and that was early in my career before I could. Everybody knows they all call us Wensco West because we have everything in stock at all times. And I'm angry. My crew's getting yelled at Monday morning meetings if I worked on the weekend and couldn't finish a project. Like, but I do have that in my back pocket of, you know, I have made a phone call and Mike will answer and be like, yeah, I got to go in for 15 minutes. I have to drop by. What do you need? I got you. But like, I don't take advantage of it. I'm not calling them every Saturday and Sunday saying I forgot something, you know? So the importance of like that customer service, right? That, oh no, because you guys are the heart of what it takes for us. If we don't have material, if we don't have sheets of PVC LU panel, if you guys don't have that on the floor ready for us, you don't know if I'm going to order 100, 1,000, if I'm going to order one. You don't know. And it's like, you can only guess. So it's always a thing, like when things go wrong, you guys are always there to be like, hey, how can I help you? And that's the importance in this industry, especially with us. Like we had a race car driver hit the wall in practice this weekend and they called us and said, hey, quarter panel, can you get it printed and bring it down to us? And then we were sitting there talking and he goes, do you think I'll be able to pull the vinyl off from the backup car? I'm like, yeah, we just wrapped it. I go, no problem. They literally, because we use the best vinyl in the industry.
This is awesome.
Because Avery Dennison is by far the best wrap material there is. Thank you very much for my PSA.
Thank you for the plug.
Yeah. But
send check to Mike Hall.
They literally pulled off the backup car and put it on their primary car so that their sponsors were on their primary car for the Winchester 400. Chase Pinsino in the 14 car over at Zach Dunson Motorsports and Carson Hocevar Racing. Like, that is impressive stuff. But I was on the phone with them having the conversation to be able to tell them that they're able to do that. I'm like, you're going to pull back like this. Once you get it off, give it a little heat. Don't use heat, don't let it be cold. It'll break. And I'm there for them. And that's what you guys are for the industry as well.
Well, I think that's perfect. We've, like you said,
Rick says wrap it up. He's hungry.
We don't need 5 hours of information. Well, that's what you get here with Tim Horvath and the Slight Serious Sign podcast. So thanks again for coming. We appreciate it. This was a great episode. So I'm happy you made it out here.
Yeah.
No.
I just texted you and I was like, hey, we're ready whenever you are. And he's like, yeah, let me know. We're getting on.
No, first, thank you guys. Anytime that I can share my knowledge with your guys' audience and my audience to help educate people and laugh about it along the way, I mean, I did lose the Polish King contest. I lost all the pierogi eating contests, but I'm going to tell you right now, over the last 3 months or so, I have yet to lose a party. So I appreciate you guys. Obviously, as always, anytime something new comes up, you guys know I'm always here to come and enlighten your day.
Appreciate it. Well, thanks
Thank you
for listening. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. So
see ya.
See ya.